All right, we're just getting set up here with kicked off a little early on me, so just hang tight. We'll be there. 1st and 10 for the Central Florida Colts at their own 48. Yep, right here. Hit the give, and he's going nowhere in a hurry. We'll get it fixed. Hang in there with me. I think we got it now. I think I am all in here. About to find out. Look at that. Sometimes, things just work out when you don't expect it. But there we are. So, quarterback is Matt Parsons for the Central Florida Colts, 2-2. And Michael Torres has opened up a can here this week. Oh, Torres with a dart down to the 20. Michael Torres said that, they're going to come in here tonight and absolutely destroy the Sharks. So the guys are pumped up. They were talking about this very thing before the game. And so we shall see if that first pass is any indication. Matt Parsons looks pretty good tonight. But I will tell you this. Parsons is good for one pick a game. I love Matt. Great guy. He's good for a pick a game. Watched him play for the Space Coast Tar Heels. He's played indoor. Parsons turns, gives, straight up the gut. Now, that's the thing. That is the thing right there, and that is Ricky Rogers. That is the thing the Sharks cannot do tonight, is let them have 5 yards on any run. Second down and 4 for Parsons and the Colts. Fakes to Rogers, looks, throws, caught, touch. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. He put that only where his receiver could get it, and that is Clarence Williams on the drop, and that'll bring up third down. And they got a good kicker, too, by the way. Laua, I got to be careful with this one. Shintei, you know me, and if you've ever met me, you know I am prone to drop a word not appropriate for the FCC every once in a while. I almost said FAA, but I don't think the Federal Aviation Administration cares what I say. Third down and 4, long 4 for Parsons. Rogers, and the give is to Rogers, and Rogers with a hole big enough to drive a dump truck through, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11, which is, as a defense, you don't want to see because it keeps you on the field for more plays, and they can get a first down. You want 1st and goal from the 10. Tonight's game brought to you by Lucky Devil Barber Shop. Go get that haircut and become that lucky devil. .12:06 to play. We play a mix of college and NFL rules here. We'll explain it as they happen. Parsons now tells Rogers, get to my right. He's got 2 wide receivers split to the far side. 1 wide receiver split near Parsons throwing, and he takes the hit, and Matt Parsons was absolutely crushed on that play by Messiah. Well, yep, by Messiah Battle. How about the former Cocoa Tiger coming in and wreaking havoc? Yeah. What did I say? Oh, Messiah Robinson. My bad, Messiah Robinson. I'm thinking of what battle? O'Keefe. I'm thinking of O'Keefe. That's Messiah Robinson. There we go. 11-12 to play, and Parsons has put his team in a 2nd and 20 hole from the 21. New back in the backfield. And he's got room to run. He gets, oh, what a great tackle on that outside over there. Coming down from the cornerback position. I can't see his number. But a great play nonetheless. Nope. Yep. All right, 3rd down and 21 following the incomplete pass. Parsons looks to throw. He does. Caught. And now it'll be 4th down and 3. Decision time for the Colts. Do they kick a field goal or do they go for this? It'll be 4th and 3. And they're going to go for this. Parsons now with one back in the backfield. That back is Sean Thomas. Parsons looks, throws, intercepted. And there's the pick. There it is right there. I told you he was good for one. And throws it in the red zone. So Matt Parsons turns it over. And now the Sharks defense bends, but it does not break as they get the ball back. And I'm not sure what Parsons was looking at there. I know I had a pen up here somewhere. Yep, here it is. So Parsons with a pick. And it's 1st and 10 as Nelson Comperi turns and gives. And I think Michael Torres was saying that the Colts were going to come over here and dominate. And boy, he had a lot to say about it, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the end of this process here. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. There we go. Now we're done. All right. Huh? Yeah, why? No, I know. I'm just on air. I'm just not used to, well, you get them. No, thank you. I got one, though, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Third and 10 now. They bring it. And the Sharks will punt if Comperi didn't lose the football there. unable to do anything with the football, and they'll punt, and we're going to get a delay of game, and that's not going to help the calls any. Just ignore that, please. Sharks did not score. I'm just getting the scoreboard cranked up. Okay, 12 men on the field. And no, it's not the seventh quarter. I'll fix that too. I did a baseball game today, and that is just an absolutely atrocious punt, and I just don't know any other way to say it. Had the young man not put his hand on the ball, it would have bounced all the way back into their own end zone and been a safety, if you can imagine. Yeah, you can't do that. Cannot do that. That punt travels 2 yards. And the field position is stellar for Parsons and company. Turns, gives. Oh, he is drilled in there. Turn the binoculars around the right way. Big number 7 coming up making that stop. That's Tay Jones. Tay is a mean man sometimes in the middle of that offense. And the Sharks defense, will they bend and not break? Or can Parsons get the ball in the end zone here? We'll see. Second and 8. Goes with a corner route, wide open, caught. Did he get his feet in? Touchdown, Colts, but a flag down. And this one's coming back, I believe. That's in the area of a hold. We're going to see if it is a hold. As number 97, Henry Mitchell, went running. That's a beautifully thrown ball by Parsons. Nope, it's personal foul, roughing the passer, and the touchdown stands. Great throw from Parsons to Clarence Williams, and it's 6-0 with 5:58 to play in the opening quarter. What a dart from Parsons. A hanging dart, one of those, if you're going bullseye and you throw that thing, like lob it onto the bullseye. That's what Parsons did there. Nicely thrown football. See, I can give him, grief and still talk about the pick in the red zone I knew he was going to throw. Yeah. On for the extra point is Lou Shinte. The kick is ugly but good. And with 5:58 to go, the Central Florida Colts take a 7-0 lead. All right, welcome back. Number 89 will kick off. That's Joel Ebel. the roughing the passer penalty assessed on the kickoff. So the Colts will now kick off from midfield. 5:58 to go, as I told you 4 times. My apologies. Gets his foot into that one, and that will not be returned. And that ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Nelson Camperi and the rest of the East Coast Sharks offense will begin here. I'll let you guess how much time's left in the first quarter. Here's a hint. They don't take any time off the clock on the kickoff, so it's what I told you. First and 10, actually at the 25. There's it. Those rules we were talking about. So first and 10 at the 25. Camperi with 2 backs in the backfield. Camperi going to keep it himself, and the big man is bumbling and stumbling and rumbling out for a gain of about 6, as Chris Berman used to say. And Camperi picks up 6 strong, 2nd and 4 for the Sharks, and this is going to be the offense. If it is to be successful, it must be ground control with an occasional play action to beat them over the top. But you have got to try and keep Parsons and that passing offense sidelined because they can score. Now, I mean, they're not putting up an abundance of points, but they move the football, at least according to the EAFL stats, which I never know if they're up to date or not. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. We got somebody out there wearing yellow cleats, which I, for the life of me, cannot believe have not been banned yet. I mean, television companies pay billions of dollars for contracts. How many times have you heard an announcer go, there's a flag? Oh, no, he's wearing a pair of yellow cleats. Can't believe the TV has a push for that. Camperi trying to pick it up himself. He's not going to get there. It's going to be well short. And, well, no, Camperi does get there. And I'm going to tell you this. Camperi pointing fingers, telling number 44, see, I told you I was going to make it. But it was close. 1st and 10 for the Sharks. On Camperi's part, the big guy had to just fall forward there. Yeah. So 1st and 10 now at their own 37 are the Sharks. 7-0. Matt Parsons with a beautiful touchdown pass to Clarence Williams. Look at this run. Juking and moving and cutting. And he picks up 7, 2nd and 3. What a great run. .305 to play in the opening quarter. 2nd down and 3. Camperi with 2 backs and 2 wide receivers. All kinds of time, and lets a beautiful gun go wide open, but overthrew him, and he had him. The intended target was Julius Bell Bennett, And that's a touchdown if Nelson drops it in there. He knows it. And it brings up 3rd and 3. I like the play call, though. I love the play call on 2nd and short. A lot of times it's an obvious call, but you still don't see it made enough. Take a shot. They did. It nearly worked. They show blitz. That's offsides, but he gets back. Did not make contact in the neutral zone. Oh, nice little pitch and catch here. That's a completed ball, and that's going to be a 1st down, and a nice job there by Kent. Or actually, I guess that's Kendall Sawyer because there's only 110 on the team. So Kendall Sawyer with the catch, and the ball will be placed right at midfield here with 2:29 to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 Central Florida on top. Little dink and dunk. Never hurt anybody. Joe Montana made a career of it. Sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings with that. And that is definitely offsides. Everybody's pointing it at each other. Let's see what we got here from the white hat. Eddie, who's the white hat? And that is going to be 5 towards the blue side. And with 1:57 to go, it'll be 1st and 5. Referee says, wind it. The clock operator, the best in the business, and Eddie Dufresne. Does it all, man. He plays in the secondary, comes up here, works the clock. Mr. Ed looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. And I don't know why Nelson stopped. I didn't. I'm not out there, so I don't know. He's going to lose yards. It was Mr. Ed that greeted me with, Aaron Judge hit 3 home runs today. I'm going to need to show you these T-shirts down here. I need to get me one of those. The Lucky Devil Barbershop. 2nd down. And I guess they did give him forward progress for a yard. Under a minute to play here in the first. Compary throws. Caught! What a catch. Great haul. Julius Bell Bennett. And the clock does not stop to move the chains in the EAFL, but now it's 1st and 10 inside the Lucky Devil Barber Shop red zone. And that'll likely be the final play of quarter number 1. So we'll head to the second quarter with the Central Florida Colts on top, 7-0. But the Sharks, they're a threatening. So I was listening to Central Florida call out the plays for the Sharks, I think. Campari with two backs in the backfield, 7-0, 1st and 10 as we start quarter two. High snap. Campari gets it down, but the high snap just blew the play up. And in there with the stop is number 35, William Snell, the defensive tackle. And that'll make it 2nd and 17 here. Second quarter just underway. Second quarter brought to you by Port Java. I've not been to Port Java yet, but I'm told the coffee is simply amazing. Need a cup of Joe? Port Java. Another high snap. Campari tries to get out of this trouble. And he will get back. I was going to say he got upended pretty good. Campari only picks up 2. So it'll be 3rd down and 16 now for Nelson Campari and the East Coast Sharks offense. 13:50 to go. Sharks at 3-1. The Colts at 2-2. As we were discussing earlier, league owner Michael Torres believed this week anyway that the Colts were going to come in here and stampede all over the Sharks. And that's a false start. And that'll be 3rd down and 21. This is not an offense at the moment, that can get you out of situations like this. Now, with that said, doesn't mean it won't happen, but it's not one that's going to do it consistently. So you need those 4.5 yards on 1st down for this offense in order for it to be successful. The opening drive was 3 yards minus 3 plays minus 3 yards. Now, they've had some success on this drive thanks to a long pass by Campari, but they got to cash in. They don't have a kicker that can make it from this point. Campari in trouble, throws it anyway, and it is deflected and luckily hits the ground, because if that ends up in the arms of Troy Hurd, that thing's going the other way. And there's a red flag down. Is that a flag or what is that? That's a penalty flag, I think. Is it? No, it's not. No, it belongs to 91. So on the punt will be number 27, Dylan Guy. And if you're going to be a punter, Guy's a pretty good last name to have to do it. I know a lot of you are a little younger, but in my generation, Ray Guy, the best to ever do it. Ball caught in the, oh my goodness, he came out of his shoe, I think. Trying to get out of the end zone. He barely gets out. I'll tell you what, probably should have let that one go in hindsight, but it is what it is. 12:19 to go, second quarter. Parsons and the Colts coming back out onto the field. Brevard Sports Network's other team in action tonight as well down at Palm Bay. So you got EAFL football in the north and the south part of Brevard County tonight. You got the Raptors, who are a brand new program looking for their first win tonight. Good luck to them. 12:19 to go here. Thanks to all of you for joining me. Yeah, high school spring football coming up. I'm still looking for I'm looking for a title sponsor for everything we do spring football. In other words, if you want a company and you're looking for a great cheap way to advertise, the eyeballs you will reach with spring football in every demographic is absolutely insane. Got him. Nope, does not get him. That was weird. The referee threw the flag up in the air and then caught it. Like, I guess if it hits the ground, you got to call it. But he didn't let it hit the ground, so he ain't got to call it. That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a referee do that. So that play goes absolutely nowhere. In fact, it goes backwards. Checking in, big number 99. That's Muhammad. No way. Is that big Muhammad Darius in there? State wrestling champ from Astronaut. If it's the same Muhammad. Oh, that's good coverage down there. That's just fighting for the ball and a good play by number 26, Michael Jones. That's the thing I wish the NFL would allow a little more, is a little more hand checking and fighting up. You got to be in the air. Now, I mean, you can't push the guy out of bounds, but you can hand fight in the air for football. So this is third down and 11 now for Parsons and company, and this sets Central Florida in a real tricky situation here, because if they don't get this, they obviously are going to be standing on their end line punting. Parsons looking, might just be wide open, but Parsons overthrows him. The hook was there. Parsons rushed to throw, and it's 4th and 11. And now the Colts will have to punt standing in their own end zone, not with the shadows of the goalpost on their back, but underneath of the goalpost. Yeah, yeah. So here we go. He's actually two yards in from the end zone line. Now he's on it. He's got 1 foot actually out of the end zone, so he better be careful not to catch the ball with a foot out of the end zone. Got flat whistles and flags. This is a delay of game penalty. It won't matter much. The ball will be backed up about a half a yard. What's that Florida score? 11:19 to play in the first half. 7-0 Colts. Offsides. Now that's foolish because that's going to bring it out 5 yards. There's no reason to be offsides on this. Whatever happens here, it doesn't matter. It's coming back. It's offsides. You can't. You can't do that. Yep. They'll let them kick it again. And to be off, you got to be patient. Let them kick the ball. I mean, I get you want to rush the punter. So now they'll move it out 5 yards. That'll give him just a slight hair more breathing room. A little higher snap, and he had to hurry it, and that's no better than the first one. And we could have a repeat of the first punt. And this time to the left. Oh, the ball's out. Ball's out. Who's got it? There's a scramble under the pile. Who's got it? They're fighting. Sharks. Got it? I think. I think it's the Sharks. Yep. Referee didn't make a signal. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sharks. The ball will be at about the 28 yard line. 10:37 to go. Nelson Kemperi got him down inside the red zone, and then the Sharks blew up, shooting themselves in the foot. Straight up the gut, and that goes for maybe a 2-yard gain. 32-31 Florida, the Gators. All right, the Gators are up by a point. By tomorrow, we will know all 4 Final Four teams. Texas Tech, and Florida. And they blitz. Kemperi lets it fly. And number 1, which is Alexander Abney Jr., just lets it. It was almost like he was trying to break it up and swatted it away. And he's a little upset with himself. And I looked down late, and I think he was doing push-ups. Was he? Okay, so knows he should have had it. And 3rd down and 9. I hope he was doing push-ups. Okay. Kemperi rolls. No, he doesn't. Drops straight back. He lets this go. And that is intercepted. Not often you get a second chance, but he got one. And that ball is picked off by the aforementioned Alexander Abney. And the push-ups work. Yeah, the push-ups work because he comes away with it. That was more than double coverage. He threw that ball. There were 3 or 4 blue jerseys down there. And with 9:36 to go in the first half, we've got a Sharks turnover. And that is the second time that East Coast has been deep into Colts territory and cannot do anything with the football. Those are the kind of drives that'll haunt you. All right, let's see what Parsons and company can do with it. If I know right now, Tay Jones licking his chops wants to get in there. Also out there, big number 55 is Messiah Robinson. Messiah standing up. They run right at him, and Messiah does a good job holding the edge there, not letting him get outside, allowing Lorenzo McDowell, the outside linebacker, to make the tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Both of these teams right now, Central Florida had some success running the ball early, but it was between the guards inside the left legs, the right leg of the left tackle and the left leg of the right tackle. So kind of in between there, up the middle, so to speak. Not doing anything when they try to turn that thing outside. 8:51 to go. 2nd and 9. Throws, caught. Nice pitch and catch. Parsons to Kevin Linsefert. And Linsefert is close to a first down. It'll be third down at about 8 inches. Got a whistle and a timeout on the field. So with the timeout on the field, I'm going to take this opportunity to step aside and grab a drink of water myself. 8:12 to play in the first half. Colts 7, Sharks nothing. Well, I'll say this about the white hat. He knows 30 seconds. 7-0. False start. The center and left guard knew the snap count, but nobody else, and the quarterback, but nobody else did. 8 out of 11 is not bad. And that'll back them up 5 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 5. So now a different play call obviously coming here. Parsons owns the team as well. He's listed as the team owner on the EAFL site. Mark Lucas is the head coach. We know Coach Lucas well. Parsons throws, caught, but dropped, and that'll be 4th down. Great play by number 3. It's Lorenzo McDowell out there dropping the receiver, number 6. Giovanni Garcia, and now they're going to have to punt, and now it'll be the Sharks who should get good field position again as Cameron Harris is back deep, standing on his own 36. The Sharks have gotten a good rush on each of the last 2 punts, forcing Guy to rush it. Not that time, but he doesn't kick it all that far. And that ball is picked up, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 48 of East Coast for the Sharks. So the Sharks start in their own territory, or actually in Colts territory, I should say. And 6:27 to play. They trail 7-0 coming up at halftime. Absolutely nothing. We'll take a break. And I'll probably watch the Gators, who currently lead Texas Tech 36-33. Make it 36-35 with 1:25 to play in the first half. Here it's 6:27 to play in the first half, and 7-0. Central Florida, Nelson Kemperi. He's got doubles near side, wide receiver, actually doubles split equally each side of the field. Central Florida showing blitz. They back off. Kemperi pulls the ball back out of his running back's stomach, literally pulls it back out of his stomach, and picks up 8 yards, 2nd and 2. The running back's like, give me the ball. Kemperi was like, no, I'm taking it. Did, and actually picked up 10, 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. Who kicked off? So East Coast will get the ball. So this is a critical drive here. This could be their final drive of the first half, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. And Kemperi will keep it again, and this time his luck will not be as fruitful as he'll be we got a flag down here on the near side of the field as well. That could be a motion penalty. And it could be against the Sharks, and it will be against the Sharks. That ball will go back 5 yards here. We'll see what the call is. Oh, no, they call offsides on the defense. So the Sharks catch a break there and must now utilize it, as it'll be 1st and 5 now. Second time we've seen that in the last 2 drives for East Coast. .5:15 and running here. What is that going? Oh. Perry rolls near side, looking, throws, and picked off again. And again, it's number 1 with the pick. Man, those push-ups must have had really something in them. He's still on his feet. Look at him go. Look at him go. He steps out of bounds finally. And Alexander Abney has an interception on consecutive drives. And this one, he carries all the way back into Sharks territory. Crossed the 50, stepped out at the 47 of East Coast, and that is the second turnover of the game, second turnover on consecutive possessions, and now Central Florida goes after Pott, which is points off turnovers here. Like I said, they have a good kicker. Or at least a guy that can hit from distance. And I say good, I don't know. What I saw him during practice, kicking it from 35 and 40. So we'll see. And Alexander Abney missed that one interception on the last drive, and then now has 2 on the next 2 drives. Parsons, play action, looking, throws. He might. And I'll tell you what, Parsons, you know, Ed Dufresne, and that's going to be a hit to the head. That's 15 yards. That might be on the wide receiver. That actually should be on the wide receiver. He led with his head. But they're going to call a hold somehow on Space Coast. But, okay, I was just trying to figure out what the flag could be. I don't agree, but it is what it is. And that's 10 yards and a automatic first down. So that's the part we play college, because in the NFL, holding on the defense is, I believe, just 5 yards. And an automatic first down. I don't understand it, but okay. Parsons looking. Hits a little out route. Receiver turns back and picks up 8, 7, 2nd and 3, 4, 20 to go. Central Florida up 7-0. Gators up 40-37 at the half. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I need a Charles Barkley here. Well, maybe not Barkley. Give me Kenny Johnson. Yeah. I like Charles, but he can get goofy. Give me Charles. Why not? Give me Charles and Kenny. Let's have some fun. Nah, he was telling a story last week about, and Kenny Johnson called him right out on it. It was hysterical. He goes, "Don't you remember the days when we used to have to take showers in our uniforms when we had to go get on the plane?" And Kenny Johnson looked at him and said, What are you talking about? We have never taken showers in our uniforms, ever. Who did you play for that made you do that? 3:15 to go. First and 10 for Parsons and company. Blitz coming. Parsons picks it up with a quick out. He goes down, but that's not a play. Oh, he gets away. Down the sidelines, inside the 10, down to about the 5. Horse collar tackle coming. We'll see if that's what the call. That's the only thing I could think he would call. I mean, it wasn't, but we'll see. And I think the white hat's telling him, "Are we sure that was a horse collar?" Personal foul. Oh, he grabbed him by the face mask, I guess. So I didn't see that. But look, I'm up here. I can't see it all. So if he did, it must have got him on the roll. 2:54, and it's going to be first and goal for Central Florida. Timeout by the Sharks. The Sharks have got to hold here. We'll step aside and be right back. All right, 2:54, first and goal. Ball looks like there are so many lines down there. Looks like one of those like games your parents buy you as kids where you can play like ping pong, air hockey, and everything else. So many lines are on the field. But I think it's at about the 5. I formation set. Parsons will go under center for the first time tonight. I'd look for a pass to the tight end. Nope, gives straight up. Yeah, it's not going to work. That is just not going to work, especially if your deep back is a small guy that, that cannot be their goal line package. That's Jalen Ben. Now, no disrespect to Jalen Ben. We've seen him. We saw him as a Space Coast Tar Heel, and he's a great back, but a deep back at the 5 in an I formation heavy set, he is not. But they could be setting him up for something else here, so we'll see. The up back is Cole Adamopoulos. So Adamopoulos and Ben now split Parsons from left to right. Parsons wants it, throws a corner route, wide open, caught. If he hangs on, it's a touchdown. He does. A dart from Parsons to number 4, Gerard Cook, and it's 13-0 Central Florida as they get the pot they're looking for. That's points off turnovers with 1:55 to go. So we got a timeout on the field as the kicker comes on. Back it up a little bit. Now, his last extra point attempt, let's just say it went through. The holder is Guy. The kicker is number 16, Lau Shintiae. The snap, the hold, the kick, and oh my goodness. That was worse than the first one, and it goes through. And with 155, I don't think I've ever seen two worse extra points, but it counts. I mean, he got them. You got to give him credit for getting them over. My goodness, 14-0 Central Florida. All right. What's that? Yes. No, you're right. 155 to go here, and 14-0. And I don't know unless the Sharks make a change that they have the explosive type offense that can come back from 14 points down. We'll see because they're going to have to do it to win this game. But something's got to change offensively to start moving that ball down the field. And Guy with a good kick and bounces at the 20, bounces forward, and nowhere to go. 152 to go. What I wouldn't do here is throw the ball anywhere near Alexander Abney. So thus far, Michael Torres is right about the Colts winning, but certainly wrong about how he believed it was going to get done. It feels more to me like the Sharks shooting them their own selves in the foot than anything else. So a buck 51 to go here. 14-0. Compare, he looks, and a little dump out, and oh my goodness. Is that number one? That is a pick six. And guess who? Alexander Abney with a pick six. And I'm not sure who Nelson Compare was throwing that ball to, but it's time for a change. Gotta be. That's three possessions and three turnovers. They got to do something differently here. And so it's now 20-0. Alexander Abney, I mean, look, he fought for the first two. You got to give him credit. He went up in the air and got them both. But that one was laid right into his hands. The tight end was wide open coming off the line of scrimmage, and Nelson throwing on the throw just lofted it over his head. I'm not sure why he's taking a timeout here. Oh, that's the third and final timeout with 1:41 to go. Not sure why that's. No touchdown. So it's no touchdown. They called him out of bounds. What? Yeah, no, that's no touchdown. That's for sure. Unsportsman. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, so it was an unsportsmanlike penalty before the touchdown on the 1 yard line. So Abney gets his pick six taken away. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now. That's a ridiculous call. That's an absolutely horrendous call. I mean, I get it. Look, I'm not the guy that's gonna flip in the end zone, but different time. Different time. I mean, now if he does it and there's 10 sharks standing there, okay, I got a problem with that. But there's nobody around, so that's just a terrible call. So Parsons and Central Florida will try to push this in with 1:41, but this does no good for East Coast because the thing they really needed to do was to get the ball back, which that would have done. But now they can keep them out of the end zone. They're still in this thing. But if they get in a 3-touchdown lead going into halftime for Central Florida, with the way they're playing offense right now, feels like night-night. So let's see if the Sharks can take advantage of a bit of luck here on what I thought was a ridiculous call. I mean, these are grown men out here going to get up and go to work Monday morning. Let the man do a backflip or whatever flip he did getting in the end zone. He earned it. So it's first and goal, actually. Now keep that in mind. It's first and goal from the 15, 16-yard line. The penalty occurred at the 1 is where he took his first leap, I guess. So they backed him up 15 yards from the 1, so it's first and goal from the 16. Thanks to Ed Dufresne for explaining that, because I never would have figured that out. 14-0, 1:41 to go. First and goal. Oh, it's first and 10. All right, so I guess it is first and 10. What do I know? So it is first and 10. Parsons with a one-back formation. Looks, fires, throws, and doing his best Elvis impression. Stuck on him was Jordan Johnson. And 97 seconds. Parsons just kind of shot-putted that one out there. A lot of these guys on both of these teams were teammates at one time. Some of these guys played together for Michael Torres for the Orlando Phantoms. Some of these guys played for Roger for the Space Coast Tar Heels. Parsons looking again. He's got I'm not sure where he was throwing that, but bad pass there. And it's going to be third down and goal now. And this is a huge turn of events. Now, only, like I said, a huge turn of events if, I mean, they got their last 3 drives have been interceptions. So I don't know that we're going to see Nelson Camperi again back out there playing quarterback. And I like Nelson, but we're talking about strictly from a competition standpoint here. It's obviously not his night, and you got to go to somebody else at this point and say, now they may not have anybody else. I don't know. 92 seconds, because there's been nights where Nelson has carried this team on his back. Nice blitz pickup, throws wide open, and I mean wide open behind triple coverage. Somehow is Ricky Rogers for the touchdown, and with 1:27 to go, Rogers does not do a flip, and it is 20-0. Wow. I mean, there's three guys standing there. They can't be that wide open. And this guy will hold here, and Shin T.I. with the kick. And that looks more like an extra point, and it goes through the uprights, and with 1:27 to play in the first half, it's all Colts. Well, they better D up. 21-0. The Gators, Eddie Dufresne tells me, has not lost a game this year leading at the half. Knock, knock, knock on wood. And Guy with the kick. And we're going to see who's going to be the quarterback now. I would, and that's the break you need right there. That's what you need. That's exactly what you need. And this is a touchdown, Sharks, and a big one at that. An 80-yard run. We got a flag? No flags. Waiting for the man to come back here. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. A kickoff return touchdown for number 10, Kendall Sawyer, and it's 21-6. 80 yards. And the Sharks are 3 men short on the attempted extra point here. Now they get on. They're going to go for 2. Going to spread them out. It is Perry. It's going to be a quarterback. Or is it? Yeah, it's Perry. They blitz, and, yeah, you're not going to stop. Well, they do stop him. I was going to say he had a head of steam. And the ball's out, and this could be 2 points. And this is going to be 2 points the other way. We saw it the last time they played, and Nelson Perry gives up the football, and it's 23-6 now because that's 2 points the other way. 23-6. And there's an expression that when it's right, but when it's wrong, it's wrong. And for the second consecutive home game, the Sharks have allowed a 2-point conversion by the defense. So 23-6, and the Sharks still have to kick off here. Look, I mean, in Nelson's defense, it's a competitive play. He's trying to stretch the ball out, but you have to protect the football, especially when you have the two letters in front of your name that is Q and B. And Nelson knows this, and he'll tell you the same thing. Nelson's a stand-up dude. He's a great guy, supports his players, and you know, I mean, when you have a bad night, you're having a bad night. Like I said, there have been games where Nelson has put this offense on his back and carried it, but that night is not tonight. And 1 minute now for Matt Parse, or under a minute. I mean, blow the whistle already. You're going to get people that are start doing that, and you don't want that. Blow the whistle, forward progress. My goodness. Let's go. So 1:01 to play in the half, and the Colts with an opportunity here. Like I said, they have a kicker who at least was kicking distance, so we'll see. But I know what can happen. You can't let the receiver get behind you. You got to be way back deep here. I mean, you need to be playing almost sort of a high prevent. You need two DBs that are standing probably at about the 35 here. I mean, that's too tight. You got a safety over the top, but that's not enough. We'll see what happens. Nobody in the backfield. Bubble screen. Nice block. Down the sidelines, out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. With 54 seconds. $35. Well, then they keep winding it. So 35 seconds now. So the clock continues to run. So Parsons and company may just throw a couple up here. 2nd and 5. Across the middle, caught. Down to the 36 of East Coast. And now they'll say stop the clock. Injury timeout. Maybe. Nope, he's up. They say wind it. Timeout called by the Colts. And with 14 seconds, the Colts here have, I believe, one more timeout left. Let me fix the score here because the Sharks have 6, not 5. My apologies. Sharks came into this at 2-2. Or I'm sorry, the Colts came in at 2-2. The Sharks were 3-1. Five wide receiver set, or 4 wide receivers with a tight end. Parsons with 14 seconds. Looking, lets it rip. Oh, the deflection is called. He's got to get down. He does with 7 seconds. And timeout taken on the field. I'll tell you what, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky on that one. That ball deflected through the hands of 2 players and into the hands of the Central Florida Colts for a first down inside the red zone at the 17. And now with 4 seconds to go, they're either going to try a field goal, which I can't imagine after watching the first 3 extra points, or they're going to go for it. You just got to knock it down. Knock it down. Parsons will go with 4 wide receivers and a tight end again. Watch the corners here. He loves to throw to them. Parsons looking. Oh, wide. Is he open? No, but he catches it. Touchdown, Colts. One-on-one coverage, and it's won by Gerard Cook. And as time expires, 6 more on the board, 29-6. A phenomenal job by Matt Parsons, who led his team. He got the ball back with 1:01 to play in the half, and Parsons took him 50 yards in 1 minute and 1 second, and then threw a 17-yard touchdown to Gerard Cook. And that is oh, here we go. Can we get 2 points back? No, he falls on it, and now he'll be tackled, and that will take us to the end of the half. So we have gone to the end of the half with the score: Central Florida 29, East Coast 6. All right, the mantra, the shout as we come out of halftime is finish. The Sharks say finish on three. 1, 2, 3, finish. They'll get the ball to start half number 2. And the storyline here tonight has been turnovers. And there have been 5 of them in the game, which have led to 20 of the points scored by Central Florida. So we will see. First of all, if there is a change at quarterback, not Nelson's night to this point anyway. And, well, we'll just see because the Sharks are 23 points down, and so they are going to have to come back. I do want to take a moment here to let you know that if you're watching, we got people from all over here tonight. Sacramento, California. I want to say hello to Gloria and Will and Christopher tonight here in attendance. So, from Sacramento, California, NoCal, as they call it. As we are ready to get kicked off here. 15 on the clock. Third quarter underway. Port Java, the best coffee in Brevard, will be part of the third quarter sponsor, as will Lucky Devil Barbershop. As back to kick will be number 89, Joe Ebel. I keep saying Guy was holding. It was Ebel holding, not Guy. Guy to hold. Guy is a different player. Ball blows off. It's a little breezy tonight here in Merritt Island. The O-Dome, named after the legendary Hall of Famer Gerald Odom. The coaching tree, a magnificent one from Coach Odom. Gets set, and the second half is about to be underway when he finally puts toe to leather. Whistle blows, it'll up to the ball, and we are underway here. This one back fielded at the 10, across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, and that's back to the 35. The Sharks will get credit to the 36, and that's where they will start the second half. And I believe it'll be Nelson Campari back at quarterback here. And on the return there was number 10, Kendall Sawyer, who is responsible for the only points tonight by the Sharks on a 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Campari with one back, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side. Turns, gives, and straight up the middle. Ball's out. But luckily the Sharks recover it. My goodness gracious. You know that old Under Armour commercial? We must protect this house. Well, substitute house for ball. But the good news is that it is Sharks ball still. And second down and 6 now. 14-14 to go. Third quarter just underway here. Once again, same formation, 3 to the near side, 1 to the high. And again, that's the same play they just ran, and it's good this time for 8, and the Sharks first down. Not sure what records are for terms of points and comebacks and things like that, but I've seen a lot of Sharks games. If they can come back on this one, I'm pretty sure that'd be the largest deficit they've ever overcome to do so. 1st and 10, ball at their own 49. Compare, turns, gives, same play again, and can't stop it. And this time he is going to pick up a ton of yards. 24 to be exact, and it'll be 1st and 10 inside the Central Florida Colts red zone at the 36-yard line. If you can pick up yards like that running the football, you don't need to throw the ball to get back into this one. And as Vince Lombardi used to say, run it until they stop it. That's the same play 3 times. They haven't stopped it. Same formation. How much gas in the tank does C.T. Davis have? Because that's who's been carrying the ball. They stack that side. This time, it's Compare who keeps it, and he'll pick up 3, maybe. We'll call it 1.5. 2nd and a long 8. Opening drive, second half here. It's been all Colts, thanks to a bevy of Shark turnovers. And a 2-point conversion returned by the Central Florida. You normally see that play once every 2 or 3 years. We've seen it in consecutive home games for the Sharks, unfortunately. 29-6 is our score. Delay a game, and that's just it. That's been the theme of the night. 2 steps up, 3 steps back. And now it'll be 2nd down and playing from behind the sticks. It'll be a long 13 here. Compare, he's going to have 3 wide receivers to the high side, 1 down low. The receiver down low is Kendall Sawyer. 11 minutes to play. Colts showing blitzed, and that's not how they drew that up, but it's going to work out, and that's going to be a hold, I think, on number 11. Pretty sure Julius Bell Bennett grabbed the jersey there. So that'll come back 10 yards. Really in a call the official just had to make. I mean, if that's the call, I'm not sure it is. Well, they got him for helmet to helmet instead of grabbing the jersey. That's worse. That's 15 yards. Is that what it was? Blindside block. Sorry about that. Blindside block, they called. And so Eddie Dufresne tells me that's a blindside block. So not a hold. And now it's 2nd and forever. And they were moving right along here. And forever is 25 yards. 10:30 to go, third quarter. Compare with 3 to the near side, 1 to the high. Compare, high snap, blitz coming. Compare gets rid of it, throws, caught by Sawyer. Sawyer breaks 1 tackle, and he gets out of bounds. Sawyer picks up about 18, 19 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 7. Nice play by Sawyer on the yak. And for those of you not familiar with John Madden, that's yards after catch. 3rd and 7 now for the Sharks. So you don't need it all right here. You'd like to get it if you can, but if you can't, set yourself up for 4th and short because the Sharks, the rest of the way, are in 4 down territory. 9:41 to play, third quarter. C.T. Davis in the backfield with Campari. Wide receiver split way down low is Elijah Bennett, and we're going to get a timeout, and that had to happen. Otherwise, it was going to be another delay of game, and nothing in sync for the Sharks offense tonight. We'll step aside and be right back here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, here we go. After the timeout, let's see what they have up their sleeve here. Hopefully, it's 7 yards. Campari looks. He's in trouble. He throws. Oh, a bullet. And that is an outstanding throw and catch. And down, injured on the play. Nice catch by number 8 down there, Grady Pizarro. I believe that's Grady. Pizarro listed as the tight end, but he got in the middle of 2 receivers, and Campari threw a dart to make it first and goal from the 5. Checking on the Florida score here. 9:10 to play here in the third quarter, and the Sharks are threatening, and they need it. They trail by 23. They're going to carry him off the field. I don't think it was Pizarro because Pizarro's walking. It was the receiver that hurt himself. I want to know who made this catch here. It's the guy on the track that did it, but we'll find out. Could be. I don't know. We'll see. It was a great catch. So first and goal now for the East Coast Sharks. And the ball is at about the 5.5 yard line here as they look to score their first offensive touchdown of the night. The lone score came on an 80-yard touchdown kickoff return by Kendall Sawyer. One back in the backfield is C.T. Davis. Campari, blitz being shown. Campari keeps it himself, and he is stacked up by big number 44, Sean Eck. Second and goal. The one thing this drive is definitely doing is chewing up time. Nearly half the quarter gone on this drive alone. CT next to Nelson again. 4 wide receivers, doubles. Key keeps it, and he's going to be stopped. And that'll bring up third and goal from about the 3. Heavy package coming in. Texas Tech all over Florida, 71-64 at the moment. So the Gators in danger here. 3:52 to go in the game there. And Texas Tech beating Florida 71-64. Here, it's 3rd and goal from the 2. And this, I got to think this is Nelson Campari trying to carry in. There's the heavy package. And Campari is in for the touchdown. Finally in for the touchdown. And with 6:57 to go on a drive that took 8 minutes, it's 29-12 pending the extra point. And Tech looks like Texas Tech just backing Florida down to the glass with easy twos there. 6:57 to play, and the extra point, 2-point conversion. Same package, heavy package right. Campari going to keep, and he's going to turn the Jets on, and he's not going to get in. And with 6:57 to play, the Sharks now trail by 17. So the good news is the Gators, the Sharks are now within 17. The bad news is that took 8 minutes of time off the clock for the drive, and I would assume that an onside kick is coming here of some sort. As get everything fixed, I would assume that looks like Davian Jones, the wide receiver, is going to kick this thing off. And it looks like they do have the hands team up there, led by number 20, Troy Hurd. 6:57 to go. They desperately need this ball back. A touchdown, another Sharks touchdown before a Colts score cuts it to 10. Nope, they just kick it off. And that ball is a short, you might as well onside kicked it. And this is where the Central Florida Colts will start 1st and 10 from their own 35. 6:50 to play. Here, 2:47 to play in the NCAA West Regional. And the Gators trail by 7 there. And the Sharks trail a couple of water animals or reptiles or whatever you call them. Trail here by 17. Nelson Campari with a 3-yard touchdown, it looked like. So 1st and 10 at the 35.5-yard line for Matt Parsons. And Central Florida not backing off. They've got 4 wide receivers and 5 wide receivers. Parsons throws across the middle, caught, and that's going to be coming back. That's going to be, see what the flag is. That ball may have been caught down there on the 5 by Julius Bell Bennett. I'm not sure if that was him or Pizarro that caught that ball down at the 5. But that play is coming back. Oh, I didn't see what the call was, but it's 10 yards. Holding. And the Gators have pulled to within 3 here. Classic Florida. Parsons would now a back in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, gives to that back, and they absolutely destroy him. And making the first hit was Shane. No, it's number 7, right? Yeah, Shane Deron's listed as a wide receiver, but I don't think that's him. Could be. Anyway, all right. Could be Shane. Give me this. I think it's Devontae Jones, myself, defensive lineman. So Devontae Jones, a little swing pass and too far out and head, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 20. And this is where the Sharks, I'm watching the Gators too. 75-75 there, by the way. The Gators have tied it up at 75. Here it's 29-12 and 3rd and 20 for the Colts. We got Colts, Sharks, Gators, and Red Raiders. Clayton Jr. with a big 3 there to tie it. 5:36 to go in the third here. 3rd down and 25 following that loss. And the defense of the Sharks doing their job here. See what Parsons does. He's going to throw it. Little screen pass out. And the Sharks read it well. Couple of guys on that tackle right there. Number 55 and 52. Number 55 for the Sharks is Messiah Robinson, and number 52 is Nate Yankee. And Messiah got him by the ankles, and Nate Yankee finished him off. And that drive only killed a minute 47 off the clock. Sharks need to get down the field a lot quicker than 8 minutes here on this next drive. 1:23 to go in San Francisco for the Gators. 75-75, Florida and Texas A&M. The snap is bad. The punt's a beaut, Clark. And it takes a Central Florida bounce, big-time bounce. And what a punt. And that's going to be roughing the punter. Roughing or running into, let's see what it is. If it's roughing, it's 15 yards. It doesn't matter. They can't get a first down. Is that what it is? Too many men on the field then. And you definitely make them punt this again. The Gators are ahead by 1. So it's going to be too many men on the field. Under a minute to go in San Francisco. And the Gators up by 1. 2 fouls. 1, they will offset, and we will do the play over. Or maybe, I don't know. We'll see here. Gators force a jump ball there. Nice play defensively. You got to hold them here, though. Step back 3 is no good, and the Gators got the ball with 30 seconds to play. And if Florida does not screw this up, they will have survived an unbelievable threat. Foul, yeah. Now they got to make their free throws, and it's only going to put them up if they make them both by 3, which would be 80-77. Well, they're seeing if he made it across in 10 seconds. Because if he doesn't, it's a turnover. And that would be precisely what I mean by screwing it up. Both fouls on blue. So they're going to not only have to kick it again, but they're going to have to back up to do so. So that punt will be negated. And that was 57 yards. And remember that. Dell will really have, I can't see a flag, so I don't know which way the wind is blowing. So here we go again. Sharks should end up with great field position here. And low snap again. Oh, my goodness. That one is even better. That is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous punt. All the way. Does that stop at the one? That is a 78-yard punt. When it's going good, it's going good. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. Are you kidding me? Did you see that punt? Holy cow, as Harry Carey used to say. So I don't know what they've decided to do at Florida. Yeah, I can't either. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. What looked like could have been, I mean, that punt literally is probably the difference right now in 50 yards of field position. Honestly, a normal punter in this league, and the Sharks are starting at their own 40. That guy just kicked a spiral that you just don't see. And the Gators are up by 3, and the Sharks just give it off the middle. 22.2 seconds to go. And the Gators can't lose unless they foul on a made 3 and send a guy to the line, but Texas Tech can tie it. 4:10 to go here in the third quarter, and the Sharks, I think, are still recovering from a 73-yard punt that had the I mean, when that ball took off in the cirrus clouds. There's the 3. Is it good? Nope. And the Gators got the rebound, and looks like Florida has locked this thing up. If that's a foul, that's the 10th foul, or possession Florida. It's possession Florida, not a foul. As Compare has 2 backs in the backfield, split wide receivers, showing blitz. Do they bring it? Yes, they do. Compare flips. Running back or the receiver on a jet sweep gets outside, picks up 7. And Florida, with 10.2 seconds to go, gets fouled, goes to the line. They can make one free throw, and technically it's still a one-possession game. But if they make them both, they'll finish it, likely. 2:59 to go in the third here. And they definitely fouled the wrong guy. Walter Clayton Jr. going to the line. I mean, he only hits 86% of his free throws. But it should be 2-2. Compare, he drops back. Nice pocket throws, dropped. Absolutely dropped by Pizarro coming across the middle. That should be 10 fouls. If it is, it should be 2 shots. That's the double. Yeah, but down here it only says 9. It's 10.2 seconds. I don't know what all the guff is. So it's 4th and 3, 4th and 4 here. 2:30 to play in the third. And now it's 4th down. And the Sharks are going to – I think that punt just stunned them. It stunned me. Oh, they fake it. And he'll be short. And the trash talking begins. They stopped him. I believe he was short. Clayton Jr. hits both free throws, and the Gators are up by 5. And this is the epitome of survive and advance. And everybody knows where they want the first down. They'll get it. And they fake the punt and get the first down. And the clock continues to roll, though. That's the thing. No sense of urgency here for the Sharks. They got to hurry here. And the referees on the sidelines for the Central Florida Colts didn't like the spot from 50 yards away. 1:40 to play in the third. Perry turns and gives, and this is not going to get it done, as that has only fired up the Colts. And, man, they are really chirping now. Sideline to sideline, that's a loss of about 4 or 5. 3.4 seconds to go in San Francisco, and the Gators on top by 4. And they will advance to the Final Four in San Antonio, Texas. Gators trailed this thing by as many as 9 with under, 3 minutes to go? For the second consecutive weekend, they trail with less than 3 minutes to play in the game and come back to win by more than a possession. Incredible. Here it's 2nd and 16. And the Florida Gators have advanced to the Final Four. And now I can turn my full attention here. Sorry, folks. That's the way it goes. I mean, they are chirping. .39 seconds to play in the third quarter. Might be an interesting fourth quarter. I mean, this could be a wild fourth quarter here. Perry. Big hole and close to another first down. And there's flags flying from everywhere. And that's going to go against the Sharks, I think. I just hope he's down for a clean shot. I didn't see it, so I don't know. .31 seconds to play in the third. And if this is against the Sharks, it will negate what was nearly a first down run on 2nd and 16. Yeah, they're coming this way, he says. This way. Dead ball, personal foul. That's going against Blue. All right, so the Sharks catch a break, too. They'll get 15 tacked on, and that will put them across the midfield stripe and into the Colts territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for Kimperi in the offense at the Colts 46-yard line with 31 seconds to play in the third quarter. If you're wondering and just joining us, 4 first-half turnovers, 3 interceptions on consecutive possessions is what has buried the Sharks in this hole. Well, 27 seconds. I'm starting to lose my voice. With 27 seconds, 22 now, clock running. The only touchdown this quarter, a Nelson Kimperi 3-yard touchdown run. Kimperi drops back, looks, fires, lets one go, and that's intercepted. And that is the 4th interception of the night thrown, and that occurs for the second time in the game at the end of a quarter, and this time it is picked off by Jordan Johnson. At least it wasn't Alexander Abney, and that will end quarter number 3. So we head to the fourth quarter, and Sharks with a big hole to dig out of. Back in a moment. We definitely want to thank the Shark sponsors tonight as well, Lucky Devil Barbershop, and, of course, Port Java Coffee. We also want to recognize some of the sponsors that help bring you Brevard Sports Network day in and day out here as we broadcast all sports, and one of those sponsors is Chrissy Knowles. If you're looking for a home, or you're looking to sell your home, or you have financing questions, or you have any type of question at all as it concerns the real estate, Chrissy Knows. You can find her on Facebook at Chrissy Knows, and, of course, her information is on the screen. As we hit the fourth quarter, of course, we want to thank Eddie Dufresne, the owner of the Sharks. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Central Florida, and I would think for them, this is merely a case of taking as much time off the clock as you can, but it does not appear, at least based off of their last possession, that is going to be what the attempt is here. They lined up with 5 wide receivers on 1st and 2nd down the last possession, so we'll see what Matt Parsons does here, owner and quarterback. And they'll line up with 2 backs in the backfield and 3 wide receivers, 2 to the high side, 1 to the near side. Parsons takes a peek. Messiah Robinson leaning in. Here he comes. Chipped, and the ball goes to the back, out of the backfield, and he will pick up nothing. They are talking. This probably was the game to mic somebody up. We're gonna mic players up this year. I'm gonna try it. Now you won't hear it in game, but you'll be able to hear it. Well, no, we could do it live, because it's Facebook and YouTube. I mean, you can do that, but I don't think Brevard Public Schools would appreciate it. Yeah. 2nd and 11 following a loss of 1. Same formation. Parsons this time throws it a little deep. Oh, my goodness, he's got separation. And I tell you what, that pass is broken up, but only because Parsons underthrew it. 3rd and 11. Parsons has thrown some pretty balls tonight. That one just a little short. The Florida Gators advance. For the first time ever in my brackets, they called defensive pass interference on that. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for Central Florida. For the first time ever in any brackets, I've been playing these brackets since Jesus was a baby. So I've taken all 4 number 1 seeds to the Final Four. So we'll see how that works out. So it's 1st and 10 now, following the defensive pass interference call. And the reason he gets that call is because he does not turn around to play the ball at all. And the ball is now out to the 28-yard line. Parsons turns and gives this time, and eating it alive is the big man, number 7. They're going to say he was down. Number 7, Devontae Jones. And that's Messiah Robinson with the ball, but Devontae Jones makes the hit. And it'll be 2nd and 10. 13:37 to play in the 4th. All Colts. Colts came in at 2-2 and will likely leave at 3-2, and in doing so, will leave the Sharks at 3-2. So they give him a yard. So 2nd and 9 now for Matt Parsons and this Central Florida Colts offense. Blitz, throws, and I got to tell you, that's on the wide receiver. Parsons threw that ball, and the wide receiver just stopped running his route because he heard footsteps. And I don't know any way to tell him, but that's what happened. He just stopped, stuck his arm out, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Big number 79 checking in for the Sharks. That's Dakota Pate. So it's 3rd and 9 now. And all they really want to do is pick up a 1st down so they can take more time off the clock. 12:57 to play in the 4th. 29-12. Central Florida on top. Parsons drops, fires, wide open. Parsons overthrew him. That's on Parsons that time. And they're going to call, that's a penalty. Hit him in the air. And that's going to be 15 yards. That's a play against it might be ticky-tack, but it's a penalty by nature. So they're going to mark off 15 more. I don't like the call, and the referees in the stands on the Shark side of the field is not going to like the call. But if you look at what the call is, that's it. You cannot hit a defenseless receiver in the air. And you don't have to jack them up to draw that call. And maybe they'll pick it up. I don't know. Well, we'll see. The answer to that question is no. 15 yards coming. Personal foul. Personal foul. Yeah, I don't know. There was 2 personal fouls on that one. Unsportsmanlike conduct was the call because I'm sure they protested the call. But he actually gave, I don't know what the throw to the ground thing was, but I can only imagine it looked like he did roughing the passer. 12:53 to go, 1st and 10 now, and the Colts have picked up 2 first downs thanks to defensive penalties. One, a 15-yarder, the other, both 15-yarders, holding and interference. Parsons looks to throw, pump fakes, throws, and well, we're going to get flags flying in. This is going to be, well, here's the thing. This is now going to offset. They had offensive pass interference, and they may even pick up another one here. So we got, yeah, now we got sidelines, and this is how you end games quickly. Devontae Jones over there, he is not a happy man. And here we go. This is what you don't want to see. Yeah, they'll call it, and they may. This is a boiling point here, and if it goes any more, now people are out to hit a little lower, hit a little harder. So we're going to see what the referees sort out as the coaches come out onto the field to get their players. All right, let's see how this works out. I got news for you. Anything like that happens again, and they will call the game. And this is going against the Colts. I believe this could be 30 yards here. Personal foul. So just one 15-yarder. 12:47 to go. It's not out of the realm of possibility. These two teams could see each other again in the playoffs down the road. Once again, we want to thank Chrissy. Chrissy knows. Of course, we want to thank our huge title sponsor, Uberzati. A lot of these guys go to Uberzati. And, yep, that'll be another loss, and that'll bring up third down and about 26. And that flop won't win an award or draw a penalty. 12:25 to go. Oh, boy. There's a give, and it's just going to bring it up to fourth down. Got some drama under the stands. Kid drama. I won't get into it, but let's just say it's not very flattering. So we get to see Legatron again. Number 89 comes back on the punt, and the last time Joe Eafl came on the punt, I think that ball is. I actually think that was a Starlink he kicked the last time. As who knows, NASA may have to rescue that one. 11:05 and running, and yeah, it doesn't really matter. Too many players on the field. He just wants more room to punt. Now, he doesn't have the wind at his back this time. The snap is good snap. Not as good, but not a bad one either. And he certainly knows how to make it bounce forward. So that's a 42, 43-yard punt. And with 10:51 to go in the game, a chippy one at that, both on the field and in the stands. It's 29-12, Central Florida. All right, welcome back. I didn't, so I know Michael Torres, the owner of the league, was talking some smack earlier this week about Central Florida coming in and you never like to see the sheriff's deputy come up. But I know he was talking some smack about the Central Florida Colts coming in here and whooping up on the Sharks. I'm sure he'll be back this week talking some more smack about the result. The little toss out. Looked like a face mask, but I guess he didn't get the face mask, and we got a player down, and he might be hurt bad. Yeah, I think it's a knee injury there. And we got a flag over there on the other side of the field, too, so we'll see what's up here. Looks like everything in the stands is going to end peacefully. Brevard County's finest on the job. I want to send our condolences to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. The loss of Junie. Do you know? You want to hear a good story about Junie? So I had the opportunity to meet Junie several occasions because I used to do a show with the sheriff when I was at Space Coast Daily called This Week with Sheriff Wayne Ivey. Now, before Sheriff blew up with his own social media pages, a lot of the things that he did through Space Coast Daily, whom I worked for at the time. So I worked hand in hand with the sheriff on his show This Week with Sheriff Wayne Ivey. And on two of those shows, they were about Junie. And Junie was a pup. And I got the opportunity to meet Junie and play with Junie. So, yeah, it was a good dog. Good dog. Love the ears, man. I used to like to play with his ears. Yeah, his ears were the best. So, a lot of people don't know about Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey is that he is, I believe he won a state championship. I don't know if he won a state championship, but I know he was a wrestler in high school. And he's a huge wrestling fan, sports fan, in that aspect. I don't know anything about the politics of the law anymore, and I don't really care about any of it. My focus is sports, but when I worked with him on those shows, we had fun. Throws, and oh, wow, did he get it? He got it. He got it. Oh, no, they said he was out of bounds. That would have been the 5th interception of the night. Yeah, I thought he got it, man. Yeah. So that'll bring up second down and 10. It was a good athletic play. 10:28 to go. Perry. That one goes in and out of the hand. He makes the hard catch and drops the easy one. Well, that's why they say, defensive backs are defensive backs because they don't have any hands or they'd be playing wide receiver. And that'll bring up third down and 10. I don't know, maybe Nelson Caperi felt bad for him on that one because he threw it right to him. Not a great night for Mr. Caperi. And I'm sure he'll get to work Monday on fixing whatever went wrong here tonight. 4 interceptions tonight. Oh, was that a different Chris? That's not Caperi. I thought that's Nelson. Yeah, that's Nelson. Yeah. And he's going to take off and run with this one. Pump fakes the throw. And he's going to be short of the first down, if you can imagine. On 3rd and 10, he stopped at about 1 yard to go. Yeah, so Nelson had a full head of steam and just stopped. And so that's now 4th and 4 with 9:51 to play. This game now bordering on 2 hours and 28 minutes long. 9:22 to play. Blitz, ball's out, and it does not matter because it's a turnover either way. Turnover on downs. So it'll be Central Florida football with 9 minutes and 13 seconds to play. I will say this. The Sharks defense has held Central Florida out of the end zone in the second half. It's a 6-0 game in the second half. So it's the offense that can't get going here. The defense, so many times they can come on the field with their backs against the wall. Now, they have given up a couple of plays tonight, like letting a receiver get behind triple coverage. Can't do that. But for the most part, this is a wildcat. As I think wisely, Matt Parsons will call it a night. You're up by 17 with 8:50 to play. Why take a chance? Parsons throwing the ball good this year. He did give me the one interception, though. I did think he would throw, and he did it in the red zone. So, Matt. First and 10, second and 10, check that. And this is just nothing more than handing the foot. Messiah Robinson took it from him. Messiah Robinson took the football, and that's the kind of night it's been for the Sharks, as Messiah Robinson had a strip, fumbled touchdown, and tripped and fell. The turf monster with the tackle. Not the Sharks' night. He may have tripped over his own player, may have kicked his own player's foot, but that's the kind of night it's been. Messiah Robinson just took the ball right from the ball carrier and appeared to be gone. And then the turf monster jumped up and tackled him. 8:14 to go. And now we have a delay of game. Nope, too many players on the field. And coaches are losing their mind over that one. That'll back them up. And now to be first and goal from the 11 instead of the 6. In case you don't know and you just got home from dinner and maybe you're in a relationship where if you go to dinner with your significant other, there are no sports allowed. The Gators won for the second consecutive game, trailed by 8 or 9 points with under 3 minutes to go and managed to win by more than a possession. Campari throws, caught, touchdown. Grady Pizarro, the tight end, with the score. And that is the first offensive touchdown of the night as Nelson Campari threw a dart to Pizarro. And with 8:04 to go, the lead is 10. Or if they get the set net. I don't know if they have a kicker, but I'm here to tell you, oh, man. It'll make it a 9-point game, so there's no advantage here other than the fact that it would then be an 11-point advantage, which would mean 2 touchdowns instead of a touchdown and a field goal. But don't worry about the field goal if you don't have a kicker. Campari's going to keep it himself. And nope, they've been stopping it all night. They'll stop it again. But the Sharks get in on an 11-yard Nelson Campari to Grady Pizarro touchdown. And with 8:04 to play, it's 29-18. And welcome back. And the first offensive touchdown of the night. And it's an 11-point game. And please tell me there's an onside kick coming. I hope. Oh, my God. Yep. That's it. No, me either. Here it comes, hopefully. And the hands team is on. 44-18, 10-21. Those are guys that typically wear hands team numbers. And they do onside kick it. And it's out. Ball's out. And I think the Sharks have it. And they do. And the Sharks leave no doubt. And here comes the East Coast Sharks trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat with 7:59 to go. The mistake he made was he laid on the ground and then tried to catch the ball. That never works. And with 7:59 to go, the Sharks with an opportunity because they're not going to kick a field goal, right? So 6 points will make it 29-25, but it'll make it a 4-point game. So they can get to within 4. If they get the 2-point conversion, cut it to 2. 3. First and 10 at Central Florida's 42. And Nelson, I'd go back to that play with Grady Pizarro again. The tight end's been uncovered all night off the line. The thing that cannot happen here, it is an absolute critical must to protect the football at all costs. Second and 7. Campari looking, sacked. And that's a loss of 10. And it'll be 3rd down and 14 now with 6:50 to play. Third and 14 for Caperi and company. A one-handed grab off the snap. Caperi just lets this thing go. Intercept. Oh, no, not intercepted. It was dropped off the tip. And there's 15 yards for a little trash talking while the receiver's on the ground. And that'll be 15 yards. And they only needed 14. So it'll be 1st and 10. And I got to tell you, man, come on with that. Yeah, I mean, Alexander, I mean, you're going to take that, obviously, if you're the Sharks. But come on, back judge. I get you're the back judge, and you don't get in much action unless the play goes beyond the time frame. He's going to do push-ups again. Those from his knees. The good news is the Sharks are going to pick up 15 yards here in the first down. Or the good news is they're going to pick up 15 yards in the first down. The bad news is Abney just did push-ups. And the last time he did that, yeah, he picked off 3 passes on the next 3 drives and would have scored a touchdown had he not picked up his first personal foul penalty of the night, which was doing a flip into the end zone. And the referees on the sidelines for the Central Florida Colts, do not agree with the call, as do I. Not agree. 6:02. Again, these are grown men. Are you not allowed to walk by and say, hey, man, did you see how I just took you to the ground? I'm not sure that's what he said, but Caperi's just going to throw one across the middle. That's Pizarro open underneath for a gain of 3, maybe. And there's another flag, and this one. And awfully upset for that's Jonathan Joyner out there, former Cocoa Tiger as well, who is not a happy camper. Joyner had his helmet knocked off, so this could be against. There's another flag. This could be 30 yards in penalties. If it is 30 yards, they now become half the distance. Personal foul, face mask. That went rip Joyner's helmet off. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. That's another 15. This should be 1st and goal. 1st and goal. 5:56. And the Sharks with a golden opportunity here. 1st and goal from the 8. If ever you had an opportunity to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, it's right here. A chance to at least get the ball back and make some plays. Caperi. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the high side, 1 back is C.T. Davis. This is where Caperi loves to run it himself, but he gives it Davis. Davis cuts back inside. Touchdown, Sharks! And with 5:37 to play, the Sharks have cut the lead to 5, 29-24. And now it's the undisciplined play of the Colts that have allowed the Sharks back into the game. It was mistakes by East Coast in the first half, and now it is the Colts in the second half. And the Sharks have capitalized. They'll go for 2 to try to cut it to 3. 5:37, and we got us a game, folks. This is going to be Campari to the right. Up the middle. Nope, not going to happen. And they've stopped it all night. There's nothing fancy about that play. And I think it's time to go inside the playbook for something else on the 2-point conversion. I get it. Nelson's a big dude with a head of steam from just 2.5 yards out, but it's obviously not working. And the Sharks score. They have now cut the lead to 5, so they're going to need a touchdown to win it, but they're going to need to get this football back. So this defense, which has been really good this season and have shut out the Colts in the second half, need to make a stop here. And if I am the Colts manager, I do not have that guy on the field who tried to field that last onside kick. I don't think you need onside kick it here. I don't think you should onside kick it here. Not with 5:37 to go, because you're just giving them good field position if they recover it. Make them kick it deep. Yeah, I think it would be a mistake to onside kick this ball. Now, look, they'll probably onside kick it and recover it, and I'll be dead wrong. But the bottom line is, strategically speaking, it's not a good play. But if you are going to onside kick it, right here between 3 and 10 would be a good spot to do that. Yeah, they are. And this time, he just comes up. They do kick it between 3 and 10, and coming up to make the play on it was Xavier Light, the running back, and he turns out the lights on that onside kick. And Central Florida now with outstanding field position at the midfield stripe with 5:36 to go. And guess what? We got Matt Parsons back in the game, and I would imagine they're not just going to dump the football off here and try to kill clock. They're going to try to make a play. Touchdown puts the game away. And maybe they I would take a shot on first down. I'd run play action here and take a shot down the sideline. I'd put that thing only where my receiver could go get it. Now, that's easier said than done, but that is exactly what I would try to do here. I would keep the Sharks guessing. Parsons gives, and the Sharks, my goodness gracious, that hit right there was felt in the press box. He falls forward to pick up they will not give him forward progress. It will be 2nd and 10. 5:19 to play and running. Now the other weapon the Colts have is Joe Ebel, the punter. So 5 minutes on the dot. Parsons with one back in the backfield. Throws. That hit the ground. Nope, the ref had his back turned. Yeah, I thought the ball hit the ground. But the referee says, no, it doesn't. And it's 3rd and 7. Clock still running. And at this rate, the Sharks will get the ball back one more time. And Michael Torres must be sitting in his home studio right now, biting some fingernails. He predicted the Colts would come in here and do everything but relocate the O-Dome. And right now, they haven't scored a point in the second half. Bad snap, throws, caught, and that's short of a first down. It's going to be 4th down and 4. And here comes Joe Ebel. Oh, they're going to go for this. If I'm the Sharks, I'm taking a timeout. And that is exactly what they do. And the first thing I'm telling my linebackers, cover. Because if they're going to go for this, this is not going to be anything more than a 5-yard little button hook. .342 to play in the game. 29-24. This is a game that was 29-6 at the half. Yeah, some of the guys out there right now are cramping up and relieving themselves of dinner onto the turf of the O-Dome as we get late in the game, and if you know what I mean. Huh? Oh. So an unsportsmanlike, and you know what it was? It was the one player in the middle. I was wondering if a flag was thrown, and it was. And again, you can't do it. You just can't do that. 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that's a big first down. That's another set of downs. That's at least another $120. You just can't do it. He sure did. Yeah. I hear you, Coach. 3:42. Parsons, for some reason, throwing the ball. And he completes it. Second down and 4. 3:26 to go, 3:25. I'm jumping coverage here. If I'm a DB and I know they're going to throw these short hooks, I'm jumping the coverage. If he catches it and runs it in, then he beats me. But I'm going to try and jump the coverage and take a pick 6 here. .250 in play. Now, the clock will stop with 2 minutes to go for the 2-minute warning. Parsons turns and gives, and he will not have the first down. Sharks need to start thinking about using a timeout again here. They've already used one. Stop the clock before the 2-minute warning. And you got the 2-minute warning and one timeout. But I would not let that clock drift to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, they're not going to call a timeout for some reason. And for some reason, Central Florida is going to actually run a play. The back judge does not have his hand up yet, so it's not under 10 seconds. They snap this ball. That's just foolish. They do. He picks up the first down, but he goes out of bounds, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. A guide of what not to do that seems to be working for the Colts. 1:58 to go. We'll be back with the end of this one. All right, welcome back to the O-Dome for the final $1.58 of this one. And it just feels like what was just 2-3 minutes ago an unbelievable, exciting environment of momentum. All the air has been sucked out. One penalty did that. And that, right now, the Sharks have one timeout remaining. Two timeouts. Should have two timeouts remaining. We'll see if they elect to use them. I hope they do. I guess. You know what? They don't. That's right. They used them early in the half. That's right. They do not have any timeouts. I forgot they used them early in the half. They had to use them to prevent losing 5 yards on a delay of game penalty, and then he used another one on a too many men. Yep. They used two of them in the third. So they're out of timeout, so that's going to wrap this thing up as Matt Parsons goes to victory formation. Look, it wasn't a pretty game for the Central Florida Colts, and it certainly wasn't a pretty game for the Sharks as well. 4 first-half turnovers will cost them this football game. And if you're the Central Florida Colts, you play the second half. You'd rather not play moving forward. But regardless, the good of it, our player of the game tonight is going to be Alexander Abney for Central Florida. Even though he had 2 15-yard penalties, he also had 3 interceptions tonight on consecutive drives. And so he'll be the player of the game. And this will be a third down, kneel down, and that'll do it. The Central Florida Colts will win it 29-24. They will move to 3-2. The Sharks will drop to 3-2. And I want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, particularly Lucky Devil Barber Shop, as well as Port Java. For the East Coast Sharks, the Central Florida Colts, I'm Alan Slaughter.